Today I'm back up in sunny Sunderland. I got a message a few weeks back off Jamie from Total Tinting wondering if I wanted to try out one of the Chameleon Windscreen Tints, and after seeing a range of different colours to choose from, I snapped his hand off. Now I've used Jamie's tinting services before. I took my old GT86 to him a few years back to black out the humongous rear window, so I know for a fact how good he is. But these products are completely different to your average tint, so I was keen to learn how he goes about fitting them. No mucking about today, let's get the 140 pulled into the unit and make a start. So I know I said in a previous M140i video that I was happy with the factory tints, and I am, but I was only referring to the 3 rear windows. To be honest, I didn't even know that you could tint your front windows and still be legal, but as I'll show you later on, everything is above board and Plod has no reason to be giving you any fines. If he does, then he's just being a knob. I've opted to go for the Ocean Rise tint, so it's mainly blue with a little bit of green in there. It's a bit more subtle than the other tints that have a really vibrant orange running through them, and hopefully it'll work well with the wrap. Like most things, preparation is key. First thing Jamie cracked on with was cleaning the outside of the windscreen before talcing it up so the film doesn't stick to the glass. The tint gets applied to the inside of your windscreen, but he needs to cut and shrink the size of it down so it fits perfectly. Then he won't have to faff about with it when he's fitting it in the car later on. If you don't have a YouTube video to film and you just want to let the boys crack on and get out of the way, then you can always grab a coffee and put your feet up in the waiting room. There are plenty of detailing products for you to check out. Seriously, if you cannot clean your car with the gear that's in here, you might as well sell it and get a pedal iron. Once you're bored of looking through all of them, you can always try and beat my iScore in the Pac-Man machine. I seriously need to get myself one of them. If you don't like country music, then you are a little bit knackered. Jamie might be from the northeast of England, but I swear he wishes he was a cowboy. Not wrong with that, as long as he doesn't have a secret stash of whips hidden somewhere that he's planning to get out while I'm here. Anyway, I got a little bit distracted there. Let's get back to the tinting. Once the tint has been roughly cut and heated to the right shape, it needs a quick spray and a squeegee down to make sure all of those little bits of excess material are taken off. And then when it's all cut down to size, it's time to start prepping the inside. Jamie's got this fancy microfiber rope thingy that he wedges in at the bottom of the windscreen. Class idea, to be honest, because otherwise you'll have all of that excess water running down into your vents, and the last thing that you want is condensation when the car heats up, because for the first 48 hours after installation you have to avoid using the windscreen blows just to allow the tint to cure. After a right good clean down, it's time for the tint to be applied to the screen. Now, there are a couple of ways you can do this, but the easiest and fastest way is to just get another set of hands involved, so in steps our Jeff. Again, the spray keeps the film from clinging onto the glass, so you can push the tint right down into those hard to reach corners, and once it's all in place, Jamie uses a squeegee just to push all of that moisture out. Altogether, from me arriving to the job being complete, it took about 2 or 3 hours. I was having a decent natter to Jamie, and obviously with me filming all of these clips I slowed him down a bit as well, but once it was all finished it was totally worth the wait. I absolutely love the results. Weirdly enough, the brighter it is, the less colour you can see glaring off the windscreen, but apparently overcast conditions are the best for taking pictures of the finished product, so we took the car outside and parked it up next to Jake's A4 with the extremely colourful orange tint, and yeah, it looks class. Apologies for the shaky filming, my gimbal decided to shit itself while I was there, so I just had to do this without one. But anyway, we pulled it back inside to do the tint test. Anything above 75 on this meter is legal, and as you can see, it's settled on 78. Obviously the 5.0 doesn't know this, so I'd imagine that they'd probably like to have a word with you and just check that it does pass if they catch you with it on, but I thought I'd best show you that it does pass on camera just in case you were after getting it done. There's a slight yellowy tinge from the inside now, but it's just like I'm wearing a pair of Ali G's Gegs. Now, I'm not getting any commission from saying this, but if you want to get booked in at Total Tinting to have a Chameleon Windscreen Tint installed, you best get in touch sooner rather than later, because the materials are getting harder and harder to come by. Depending on the material chosen and the vehicle that it needs to be installed on, they start off at £120 for the cheaper alternative materials like this one, with the high performance USA materials coming in at around £195 to £240 depending on the vehicle. Massive thanks to Jamie and Jeff for inviting me up and fitting this. I did wonder if it'd go with the OEM Plus look that I wanted to keep with the car, but I personally think it goes really well and I'm mega happy with the outcome. If you have any questions about the process that I can maybe answer, then leave them down in the comments. If you do, then you'll be entered into the monthly giveaway that I've got running on all of my videos now, so you could potentially win some DOOZYCARCARE cleaning products as well. Lovely. Remember to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, it helps out massively if you do, and there are plenty more videos to come, so you can always subscribe if you haven't already. All of the details for Total Tinting are linked down in the description, and that's about it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!